Hi guys, and welcome back to the Roaming Taster. Today was our first tour, which we did through a private tour company, and it's called the Safari Blue Tour. There were a few other people from our resort who were on the same tour, and we all had to meet our tour guide outside the gate at 8:30 in the morning. When we went outside to meet our guide, we were a bit early and had a few minutes to spare, so we crossed the road and popped into this local shop. But just as we were looking around, we had to get back to the taxi to start the trip. The taxi which was used had 3 rows in the back and seating in the front for the driver and the passenger. This taxi is supposed to be able to transport 9 people at any given time. Drive was around 45 minutes by a dirt road to get to our next stop. The dirt road took us through a few villages and we passed a number of fruit trees along the way. Eventually, we arrived at our stop and we had the opportunity to pick out snorkeling equipment for those who were going to snorkel on the trip. We then had to wait for the boat to arrive. After waiting for around 10 minutes, more people joined us. They were from the neighboring resorts and were going to join our tour. The tide was low, the water recedes all the way back, and we had to walk quite a distance to get to the boat. Once we reached the water, the boat still could not come any closer to meet us, so we had to walk into the water to climb into the boat.
Let me just look at my skin. Oh my god. It's nice. We shouldn't be wearing clothes. Can you see the water? Oh my god. Okay, we just walk.
The boat itself was pretty big and comfortably fit everyone. The men working on the boat were very helpful and assisted everyone to get on safely. This guide was so helpful and knowledgeable throughout the tour. We were traveling on the boat for around 40 minutes or so and eventually came to our first island, Zanzibar is made up of loads of islands, some of which are inhabited, while others are simply vacant. At this point, we were allowed to get off the boat to explore the island, take pictures, and cool down in the blue waters. As Zanzibar is surrounded by the Indian Ocean, the water is warm, basically like having a lukewarm bath. And since it was still low tide, the water levels were not high, so you could walk in. Onto the boat and travel for a little bit until we stopped in the middle of the ocean. All the people on the tour who wanted to snorkel dove in, and we spent some time on the water seeing all the fish. Our tour guide threw out some food so that the fish would come towards the boat, and we saw mainly zebra fish which were around the area. After we went to Sandbank, where we stopped to relax, walk around, and have some fruit. A makeshift tent was pitched, and our guide prepared the fruit platter for everyone to dig in and taste. There were bananas, coconut, pineapple, granadilla, and watermelon available on the platter. We spent quite some time on the sandbank, but as the tide began to come in, more and more of the sandbank became engulfed in water, and that was a sign that it was time to leave the sandbank. We got back onto the boat and headed towards Mangrove Lagoon, where people could get off and swim. The scenery all around the lagoon was stunning and something out of a movie. After the swim, everyone started to get hungry, so we then headed to Kwale Island. This was the final stop on the Safari Blue tour, where we had lunch. The seafood lunch was prepared for us, which included crayfish, prawns, octopus, fish, chips, rice, and some veggies. After a delicious lunch, we were able to explore the island a bit more. Along the shore of the island, you will find a row of stalls selling souvenirs, and these stalls are far more reasonably priced than the resorts. Kwale Island is quite famous for its giant baobab tree, which can be found just behind the stalls. Our guide gave us an explanation about the tree and showed us how the baobab fruit looks. We were also able to walk around the tree and take it all in. After experiencing all the island had to offer, we then headed to the boat to make our way back to our departure spot and thereafter to begin the drive to the resort. As the distance to cover was more on the return journey, the boat was sailing faster, and since this was now during high tide, it made for a very bumpy ride. When we got off the boat and made our way onto the land, we did not have to walk the long distances from the early morning because the tide had come up and the water now covered the entire area. We then got back into the taxi and drove for 45 minutes to get to our resort in Euroa. As it was the night before some of the guests were going to depart, the resort arranged for a special performance of a local acrobatic company. The clown was my favorite. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a like, and if you're not already, please subscribe to see more videos from me. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you soon.